What's happening, guys? Welcome back to JTX. Now, as a lot of you are already aware, after my last video, King Shark has left his Discord, Twitch, scrubbed all his socials, and has gone from the space. He left a statement, of course, that reads as follows. Fam, I set out on Twitch almost a year ago to have fun and provide a safe place for people. I made a lot of relationships and supported many while achieving partner. After spending this time here, I have decided that I need to leave this platform for my mental health. Mental health is extremely important and something that I have always stood by and helped so many people with on my channel. If someone you know needs help, please contact the helpline below. I'm directing all Shard Army members to find another community. Best wishes. Now, I was actually really disappointed in this because I thought there might be a slim chance, albeit very slim chance, that he might reevaluate his behavior and maybe issue an apology. But no, instead he chose to run away under the guise of mental health. Now, I'm not saying, of course, that this guy doesn't have any mental health problems. And as somebody who suffers with their mental health themselves, I will tell you now that there's nothing more frustrating when somebody blames their actions on their mental health. There are times when your mental health will affect your behavior. There's no doubt about that. And of course, there are more extreme mental health conditions which can completely change your personality. However, this is not the case with him, and the timing seems incredibly coincidental, don't you think? We know we need to do better with regards to how we consider other people's mental health, but people using mental health as an excuse fuels the fire for those people who don't believe anybody else. So since the video went out, I've actually had a lot more proof of his predatory and toxic behavior. I am at the point now where I've received over 35 individual statements from different women claiming sexual harassment from King Shard. And honestly, if he didn't face up to the few that I showed you before, I don't think he's going to face up to that many. So I want to show you this clip that I made for social media earlier in the week. Context, this is King Shark going into another female stream. So why did King Shark, the Twitch partner, leave Twitch? Well, there are multiple answers, but let's take a look at an example of his behavior. Hufflepuff is on stream one day just chatting, when a troll appears in the chat.
What do you mean, can you see my boobs? Get out of here.
The troll is obviously banned, and then King Shark comes in and confesses to it being him, but surely he's joking, right? It wouldn't really be him.
No, it wasn't. You wouldn't. I mean, you would, but you wouldn't.
It's pretty clear it's not what she wants in the chat, but he seems to persist and go along with it. But is he? He's not serious, is he? He mourns the loss of his alt account.
Oh, my poor egg got timed out. Yeah, that was totally my other account. No, like for real, like no cap, for real.
So now he brags that he always likes to make a grand entrance. Oh, but his alt account gets suspended. My other account got suspended. Oh, now he's cut and pasted the suspension message that he got from Twitch. Looks like he is actually being serious. He continues to mock the situation. The mod makes it extremely clear that it's not cool to do, whether joking or not. He continues to make a joke out the whole situation. He's told by another moderator that it's not funny. He says it's funny and that he's still laughing. Firstly, this is not his space, and if he's told not to do something, he shouldn't do it. Secondly, it's sexual harassment, and he obviously shouldn't be doing that unless there's some kind of regular joke or agreement between them. And there certainly was not in either capacity. The last thing I thought about here was something that took me back to about a year ago, where I spoke to a woman on Instagram who'd been receiving a lot of unsolicited dick pics. I spoke to her about this briefly, and I decided that I was going to do a bit of research on it because I thought, well, surely most people on the internet know not to do this. So why do so many men do it? Because in my experience, every woman that I've spoken to who receives one of these unsolicited pics always takes a very dim view of the sender. So it's definitely not a good way of impressing a woman, and I believe that most people are well aware of that. So in this instance, King Shark asks her to show her boobs, and he knows, and we know, that that's very unlikely to happen. One, it's against TOS, and two, she's just not going to do it. I do think that he potentially thought he might get a laugh out of others because of his narcissistic tendencies, and he does believe his own hype. But I think there's definitely something more sinister here. So what I found out through psychological studies that most men will send dick pics to assert dominance. They want to make the woman feel uncomfortable and look superior. And that makes a lot more sense than trying to impress somebody, because most people are not that stupid that they think they're going to impress a woman this way, and they've heard the stories where the women are certainly not impressed by receiving unsolicited dick pics. And he knows that she's going to feel uncomfortable, but he does it all the same. This is very common in men who are very self-conscious, and that would line up with the fact that this happened just a few days after I put out the first video about him. He was facing very heavy criticism and would have been feeling pretty self-conscious. Not self-conscious enough to think about his behavior, but self-conscious all the same. This man is documented of having a habit of inappropriate behavior, and I believe this problem is exacerbated by his narcissism, which leads him to believe that he can get away with doing this. The position he was in also made it much easier to get away with. To go against him, you'd have to go up against some die-hard loyal fans who had already proven that they would back him no matter what happened, and you'd also be going up against more prominent members of the community. So put yourself in the mindset of one of these victims. The confirmation is all around you that these people will stand by him whatever. Why would you go forward? Why would you try and report him? I think that they were totally validated in having reservations about going forward. In other news, as I stated previously, it looks like Blood Reaper Gaming has made an official return to Twitch. But has he turned up and given an apology for all the people he ripped off through his competitions? No, of course he hasn't. Then all he did was call anybody that questioned him a troll and said any of the giveaways that were given away for free, whether they received them or not.
Twitch partner, do not get involved with free giveaways. Twitch don't care. It was a free giveaway that I was giving away on my behalf. Twitch don't care at all. That's why my partnership, unfortunately, will never be taken away. Sorry, trolls.
It's interesting that he says they were free, because they weren't free. There was a certain criteria to enter the competition to get these prizes. He used to have criteria like bringing the most people into the Discord server for the week. Now, this may be free from a financial perspective, but people have put their time into talking to other people and getting them to join the Discord. And time is the most precious thing in the world. It's something you simply cannot buy. So it almost kind of suggests that because this is not a paid competition, which obviously would have been gambling anyway, that it's like it's at his discretion whether he actually pays the prizes or not. Once again, trademark behavior of a narcissist. And all that he can talk about in this is the money. But it also shows that he doesn't see all the work that other people were doing for him, and he doesn't care about that either. Because I'd be incredibly embarrassed personally to see that so many people had gone to the trouble of helping me like that, to say, well, that was a free competition. Oh, so my time means nothing to you now. Now, the way he called everyone a troll for calling him out is a very typical thing of support for support. They will accuse anybody who questions them of being trolls or haters. It's also why they make statements like positive vibes only. That's great, right? Positive vibes only. Oh, you're questioning me? Oh, that's negative. We don't do that here. We're positive vibes only. Anybody got a question? Oh, no, that's negative. Positive vibes only. Get out. This is why so many of those stream team leaders will not answer your questions in any capacity. And why wouldn't they answer those questions if they thought what they were doing is right? I'll leave that up for you to decide. Now, Blood Reaper Gaming claims he is not bringing back his former stream team, The Collective, but I believe old habits die hard, and we'll see whether that actually rings true or not. Now, as we know, there are a lot more of these support for support stream teams around, but not too many as extreme as King Shards, fortunately. Well, that's what I thought anyway, until I heard about this guy. This is OG Extract, and he runs a support for support team called the VIP team, and features the same kind of support for support content. You know, the continual shouting out of other streamers for subs and bits, etc. We've seen it before. But in the Discord, things got a little bit out of hand. So just by taking a look at this first message that he sent to somebody, you get an idea of what he's like. Do you know what the funny thing is? That I'm very good at advertising. I'm very good at bringing people together, and bringing them in. The few people that left still doesn't affect anything. My streams are still well into the triple digits. Even people that left the community still come to my show. So what does that tell you, good sir? Well, I'm actually putting out content that people enjoy. Understand, every time I go live, at least 5 new members come in. How do I use people? You must be blind. I go into everybody's stream. I even view people off the train. You're just salty. I'm sorry, I'm very good at doing this. I'm very good at advertising, helping people, and my contact is good. I am not worried if a few people are leaving, that's fine. Everybody can do as they please in the end. My success is going to be the big FU. Real supporters and people that want to be here over here. Like I said, good luck. You've seen this God complex mentality before, and I think these people really do fuel their own narcissism by running these support for support teams. The other day, something happened in the VIP Discord that caused a lot of his staff to leave. The Discord was originally designed to be another support for support Discord to help each other grow, but then he decided to add an 18+ section. This was met with concern from the other people running the Discord, but it just started out with sexual gifts before coming almost a full-blown porn section within the Discord. There are also people sharing personal nudes and linking their OnlyFans and stuff like that. The problem is he then makes a big assumption about one of the women who's selling nudes and decides that he's going to proposition them to pay them $10 to do a 5 minutes Simon Says session where he tells them what to do and they have to do it for him. He said he'd also get $20 off any other people that wanted to watch. Now, the only agreement that had been stated previously to this was that this woman would sell nudes for a certain price. He also said he was going to use his Twitch money to buy hotels and hookers. I don't really know why he needed to tell everyone that, but he did. Well, this other message claims that it actually got worse than this. He said he would pay women $10 for 5 minutes to do sexual Simon Says, and $20 for each man to watch, and spend his Twitch money to buy hotel rooms to fuck women. He said if anyone who does the call doesn't do as they're told, he will mute them in the chat, possibly ban them from the server and not pay them. So once again, there's that God complex. You do it my way or you get out. Now, he did make an apology for this, which does not excuse what he did, but at least he'd admitted what he'd done, unlike some other streamers we know. As I said last time, use this information how you want. I think it's very important to be wary of who you're dealing with on the internet, and particularly in these support for support groups. Now, I'm not saying that every support for support group is full of sexual predators at all, but it is the kind of environment which will breed these people, because so many people are desperate to make it as a content creator. So the owner will see them helping them in so many different ways. They're so easily manipulated that they'll wonder what else they can get away with and how far they can push it. This is unacceptable and it has to stop. These groups are completely unnecessary in the first place, so it's a tragedy that it is happening within these groups and around the Twitch platform. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I just want to say before the end of this video that I'm incredibly happy to have seen KingShot leave the platform on the back of what many of us have put together and put to him. Yes, I put together and coordinated this information, but we have to give a big thank you to all the brave people who came forward to tell us what was happening with this guy. In what you've done, you've potentially saved this happening to many other people, so thank you very much for what you've done. If you've got any questions about anything, if you want to share anything with me that's happened to you, this can be completely anonymous if you choose it to be. Do not hesitate to direct message me on any of my socials. Thank you guys so much for watching. Another new video is already on its way to you. Goodbye.